Hey guys, Thunder E here, and yeah, we're talking about the Galaxy S9 Plus. I have used this device for about a week and a half. Now, you've probably seen reviews out there. I'm doing things differently. We'll be doing a checkup on this device for a week, then I'm gonna go into a 30-day review later on in 30 days, and then I'll do a 3-month review, kind of giving you just a timeline of what I've experienced with the Galaxy S9 Plus. Now, that being said though, this is Samsung's latest device for 2018, and it's a massive flagship. It packs in a lot of awesome features, but also keeps design and styling kind of similar to what you saw from last year. The S8 and S8 Plus designs are really cool, but they've done some tweaking around with the S9 Plus. The bezel's a little thinner on this device. You also now have stereo speakers. We'll get that into more of that later on in this video. We also have that brand new dual camera setup with the top camera having a dual aperture. Again, there's a lot to talk about that. But design-wise, this thing is really nice and comfortable. It's something you know quite well. The one big major design change, of course, is the fingerprint sensor location is now right beneath the camera, making it easy to access, no longer on the side. Thank you, Samsung, for listening and paying attention. Appreciate that. Using this device for about a week and a half, day-to-day basis, what do I use my device for? There are certain things that I use the device a lot. And one of those main things is the camera. And the camera comes packed in with a lot of features. Now, this device is powered by the Snapdragon 845 processor from Qualcomm. And what that brings to the table here is a lot of really cool camera features. The first thing off the bat is that the camera has that dual aperture setup. Now, what you have with that, working with the Spectre ISP, again, that sounds like a lot of jargon, but it's something that's packed in the 845 chipset from Qualcomm that allows you to take some really awesome photos. And you really have to check these photos out. They are really cool. Low light photography on the Galaxy S9 Plus is fantastic. It just hands down fantastic. I really enjoy using this camera to take photos. There are other good cameras out there on many phones, but I think Samsung has really nailed it with the dual aperture, especially taking the photos on auto mode. It was the fact that I could take it in auto and still was getting some really good stuff, which is actually nice. I didn't really have to go to pro mode that much. I still like using the pro mode anyway, but also the camera app has improved. It's so much easier to swipe from mode to mode, going from pro mode, going to selective focus, and all those different features you find there. Now, speaking of some of those features, you do have selective focus, which is pretty solid. I wish it had a better improvement there. And of course, to do that, you do have the second camera on this device to actually go ahead and give you that option. So that's nice, and that actually does a really decent job. You can adjust the blur and all that fun jazz there. But you also now have AR emojis. Again, going back to that Spectre ISP, just to cue you in there. And of course, doing some stuff with Samsung software, you now have the ability to create your own emojis. Now, it sounds kind of silly. It sounds like something you've seen from another device, but what I like about it is the fact that you can animate. It kind of looks like you, not just some silly emoji you're copying from, but it creates stickers you can use in text messaging and send to friends. That is the coolest part, because then you can now spam them with all your emojis that look just like you, and they're reminded that you own them in whatever situation it is. So that part is actually pretty nice. The camera packs in so many more features. One of the coolest ones, of course, is super slow-mo. You can do 960 frames per second super slow-mo with this, which is absolutely fantastic. So you guys have seen the videos of me kickboxing super slow-mo. This thing does a fantastic job with it. It is smooth, it is fast. I wish it was 1080p, it is at 720, but it's still fun to have and actually showcase. That's an awesome feature. Again, the camera, I'm still talking about the camera guys here. It's packed with a lot of stuff. So you've got that super slow-mo, you've got that there. Now the AR emojis work with the front-facing camera as well as the rear camera on this device. The camera is really solid. Now the camera also records at 4K 60 frames per second. which means you're getting a faster frame rate, really smooth, really fast and crisp, and it does a fantastic job there. You've also got regular 4K recording, but just note 4K 60 frames, you don't get stabilization with that. Now, if you want to check out more of these camera features, we have a video up there in the cards. You can go check them out. We've got all the camera details, so you can see some of the images and videos and get a better grasp of it. But I have to tell you though, it is absolutely awesome. This camera right here on this phone is probably the best camera right now on the market. All right, Thunder E, we know the camera is fantastic, but you've been using this device for more than a week. What else should I care about? What else did you use? Well, you guys know I love my headphones, and audio is a big thing for me. And the Galaxy S9 Plus really hits it on a couple of stages. So let's start off with, of course, the big thing on the wall, well, the headphones. I've been trying out a couple of new headphones. I try out new headphones all the time. I have the brand new DT240 Pro from Booredatwork. And I have to tell you though, listening with the 3.5mm jack is golden. I don't care what anyone says. Thank you, Samsung, for keeping this on here because it is necessary. I like the fact that I can actually use it. And the headphones sound great. We'll do a review for that. We haven't actually finished testing them out. But the fact that I can walk around the city, go from place to place, plug it in, even if I'm gonna, if I'm traveling, I know I can still plug in my headphones to the flight, plug it back to my phone, listen to music, whatever the case may be. I've got that 3.5 headphone jack there. Now, also it's got Bluetooth audio, Bluetooth 5.0. We also have aptX HD on this device from Qualcomm, and that does wonders. So I can use something like the Avento wireless, again from Booredatwork, which I'm testing out. And I can get some really good premium audio, higher than CD quality on this thing. That's because the Galaxy S9 Plus doesn't skimp out. It doesn't say you only have to use Bluetooth or you have to use USB Type-C. I can use whatever, and I like that. I'm just gonna stress that, not because of anything else, but the fact that I'm just sick and tired of manufacturers trying to gimp out and say, we must go with one way or another. That's just me. Now, the other thing too is this device has stereo speakers. So finally, Samsung has joined the fray with stereo speakers. These are stereo speakers tuned by AKG. And they also support Dolby Atmos, and they sound really good. Some really nice, solid audio. It's front firing on the top and side firing on the side. Really do a good job. But if you want to hear more, definitely check out our speaker test on this device because you really get a good grasp of the kind of sound range that you're getting, especially how it differs from the Galaxy S8 Plus from last year, because that's something that is really, really impressive with this whole device. Now, the Galaxy S9 Plus packs in a whole host of features. We all know it supports wireless charging, fast wireless charging. It also supports fast charging as well on this device. This now supports 400 gigabytes on micro SD for the micro SD expansion. And we do know that with the Qualcomm 845 chipset in there, you've got about 30 to 40% performance boost, especially on the graphical side. So when you're gaming on this device, and you can check out our gaming video, first of all, the device doesn't overheat. It makes get warm in certain games, but it's so much better this year. And things run really smooth. All the games I played, and you definitely check out that video, it's up there in the cards, they ran really, really well. And I just enjoyed that. But that also brings up something else, all right? We use our devices quite a bit, battery life. This has a 3500 milliamp battery, it's slightly smaller than what we had last year, but the battery life has been impressive on the Galaxy S9 Plus. I mean, they've done a really good job. Just looking at some of the battery stats here, you're gonna see it on screen here. Just to show you here, this is my battery at 71%. No power save or anything. I have got 12 hours and 58 minutes left. And then when I move over to just looking at the other one, 19%, I have 3 hours and 58. Compared to my Galaxy Note 8, at that percentage, it's on screen, you can see it's completely different. Just the battery levels showing you how well Samsung has tuned this device, especially with the battery they have there, and also how they've worked with the Qualcomm 845 chipset to get you the best amount in terms of battery life. People have complained about this in the past. I have myself. So I'm glad to see that off the bat that this device is holding up pretty well on the battery life segment of things, which is actually pretty cool. I really like this device. I like a lot of functionality on here. Yes, certain parts of the device feel like, of course, refinements from last year, but other parts of the device also feel really solid and good. There are many things that we can go through and I can mention that I've used on this device that I really like. Stuff like Samsung Pay, which I use on a daily basis. I might do another video on that just for an update for you guys to see how it is. Of course, the camera functionality, headphones and audio with this thing has been really nice. The gaming performance has just been really, really good. And I think a lot of things there make things just really nice for people to use. One feature that I'm glad my buddy, the Mr. Mobile, Michael Fisher, showcased is the fact that you can actually put images on your always on lock screen. It sounds really silly, but it is awesome. And it's nice to have that there. And it's something you can easily do and place on this device. So overall, the Galaxy S9 Plus is a solid device all the way through. There are many parts of this device are refinements. This is probably the best smartphone camera on the market. It still supports plethora options of audio. You've got Dolby Atmos, things like that built in. It also comes in with a pair of AKG tuned headphones. So you've got some really good headphones in the package. There's so much to talk about with this device. I'll spend more time when I spend 30 days with it and tell you how I feel about this device till then. Now, one more thing before I actually round up here is also the security features, and definitely check out our video on that to see more details on there. Samsung has extended it. They now have a couple of different security options. Of course, you have your PIN, you've got your fingerprint sensor, you've got your facial unlock, you've got your iris scan, which I still think is probably one of the most secure, and you've got the intelligence unlock. Now, intelligence combines your facial and your iris scan together. Basically, Samsung says when you're in direct sunlight, iris is kind of hard to use because of the sun directly on the screen. And the intelligent unlock is much faster. Now, is it the best? I don't know, but I'll just say it's been fast, it's been very effective, and it's done a pretty good job overall. So there you have it, guys. That is my use case of the Galaxy S9 Plus for the last week. Apologize, this is a lengthy video, but you can check out our cards, you can check out the end screens to see different videos on the Galaxy S9 Plus, and check out, of course, our full playlist. There's a lot to talk about this device, but I have to say though, I really like the Galaxy S9 Plus, and I think it's the best camera on the smartphone. So if you have any questions or any comments, let me know. I'll try and answer them for you. Otherwise, don't forget to like and share this video, favorite this video, subscribe to the channel. Once you do, hit the notification icon to get notified about our latest videos. This is Thunder E saying thank you and always enjoy your entertainment.